This video is on the production and separation of the primal cuts from a side of pork. This assessment should take you 30 minutes with an additional 15 minutes where each 5 minutes over will deduct 5%. We will commence with the removal of the pork leg. A correctly separated pork leg will have a cut straight, perpendicular to the spine and the outside skin through the narrow part of the hip bone. As you can see here, we are cutting directly between the curvature of the spine and the H-bone. Once the cut has been completed with a knife, we will switch to a handsaw to cut through the bone. Make sure that you are lining up your cut perpendicular to the spine and the outside skin on the back. Once the bone has been completely separated, you can return to using your knife to finish the cut. Next, we will remove the pork shoulder. A correctly separated pork shoulder will have a straight cut passing posterior between the second thoracic vertebrae and the second and third rib. Commence the cut by marking a line with your knife and then switching to your handsaw to cut between the second and third rib. Once you have completed cutting through the ribs, continue with your knife until you cut to the shoulder blade. Now finish through with the handsaw cutting through the shoulder blade. Once through the shoulder blade, you can finish with a knife cut to separate the shoulder. Now, in order to separate the pork loin from the pork belly, we will cut parallel to the back line originating along the edge of the fourth thoracic vertebrae and cutting perpendicular to the edge of the tenderloin. Once we've marked our start and finish point with a knife, we will draw a line between the 2 points. To continue the cut, we will cut through the boneless section of the belly and loin, following that line. Once we've completed that cut, we'll come back with the handsaw and cut through the ribs. Once through the ribs with the handsaw, we will go back to using our knife to finally separate the belly and the loin. This concludes the production and separation of the primal cuts from a side of pork.